Hey guys, I am back. Look what we got. It's barrel and blade. I guess you're sticking with the brown no frills box, which, you know, to tell you the truth, somehow I like it better. So we've got February 2020. I still have some January videos to get up. Man, still trying to recover and get back on track. I'm still getting back. Still recovering from the prizes. If you haven't got, I am handling one prize at a time, making sure it gets delivered, and you know, because I had to replace some people's prizes. I'm going one at a time to make sure everybody gets their stuff. But if you have emailed "Where's my effing prize?" You know, I will get you your prize. I appreciate you guys sticking with me and being super patient and letting me work it all out. It's just some prizes I actually have to replace, but I promise you. You guys, I'm just, rather than just being like, hey, I'm doing one at a time, making sure it gets delivered, and then moving on. So I know some of you guys are still saying I haven't gotten my prize yet. I know, because I want to make sure everybody gets it delivered. I'm not just going to screw anybody over. So anyway, let's see what's in Barrel and Blade for February 2020, because I'm excited. It's a pretty heavy box. Well, is it a blank? No. Is it a blanket? Is it a work mat? What is this? It is. It's a work mat. Okay. Oh. That's an AR-15 wrench. Oh, and it says it right there. From the shop. Where's the card? All right. It's like, wait, what is this? A shooting box. Operation 31. Huh. Are they going themeless? Like Battle Box? Because usually it's, you know, there's a thing. And this is just Operation 31. Interesting change. They usually have Operation and then a name. And this is just Operation 31. It says there are a few items critical to your success, whether you are hunting in a survival tactical scenario or shooting competitively. Cleaning station, quality firearm cleaning, quality armor's tool to break down and service your rifle, lightweight, sturdy bipod, and a good foldable multi-purpose knife. Okay. So in Barrel and Blade, you've got your two levels. We're doing level 2, which is the bigger, better, faster. Obviously, it includes 2 more items than the level 1. So we've got, it looks like, the knife, and what else do we have? The armorer's tool. Which they don't have in level 1. So let me get everything out and let's take a look at what we've got. I want to say that this box seems very AR-15 centric simply because it comes with the AR-15 armorer's wrench, which if you were building or like completely, not field stripping, but completely taking apart your AR, this is a huge help. It's almost it is required to do certain things. But oh, look at that! It's got a 1911 tool in it too. Interesting. So maybe it's not just AR. Beverage. Look at it! It's got a bottle opener on it. Oh my gosh! Beverage. So anyway, we're gonna get to it. But listen. So you may never see me on YouTube again. I know for sure. We're getting demonetized, but for this, I think it's important that we look at the actual tools as they would relate to the thing it's made to be used on. So here it is. For those of you who are about to comment that it is not on safe, it's because, you know, that just shows that you're I'm just sorry, you're dumb. When you are done working on your AR and you've done your function checks and it is empty, and it is confirmed, clear chamber, nothing in there, and you put it away for a period of time, you have done your function checks, you have pulled your trigger, and it is not charged, so it is not able to go on safe anymore. That is why it is not on safe and it is on fire, because that is how an AR or an M16 or an M4 or whatever goes into the rack in the armory, or into the safe when you're done cleaning and you're done reassembling and doing your function check. FYI, because somebody always says it, why isn't it on safe? Because you're a moron who doesn't know how it works. Anyway, okay. So let's hope that YouTube hasn't sent me to hell for showing that scary, scary, scary thing on the video. And we'll refer to it later. So where do we start in this? You know, I think I'm gonna start with the knife this time. which normally I would save to the end because I love it. But it's a knife we've looked at before, and I'm going to use it to open the other stuff because I just don't have one with me. I dropped it in the other room when I got the rifle. So let's look at the Kershaw Decibel with an MSRP of $64.99, and I promise you guys, you can get the Kershaw Decibel, which is a really nice knife, but you can get it for a lot cheaper than $64.99. Now, I've done a full review on this knife. I will post that review. Sorry, I will put a link to that review in the video description. It's one of the, Kershaw has gone ahead and done some real stylish stuff lately. And this is one of the new breeds of Kershaw. It's a nice knife. It's very smooth. It's EDC sized. It's cool. It's a good knife. However, $64.95 I think is a little excessive. It's a lot excessive for this knife. But that's just, again, that's Kershaw's MSRP. You can find it for much cheaper. So it's a good knife though. I love the design. It's kind of Decepticon-ish, very modern, great blue anodized accents, metal back spacer, great pivot accents, great clip, by the way, not quite deep carry, but nice clip. I really, really like it. It's not the world's best steel. I figured out why my camera has trouble autofocusing. I actually read the manual. It has trouble autofocusing on something close when there's a shiny background. Way to go, Canon. Or is this Canon? No, it's Panasonic. I don't even know what I got. But, since the review is already out there, I'm not going to take a whole lot of time on the knife. It is a nice knife. It is worth having, just not at $64.99. So we'll get that out of the way. And, I do the edge test and everything in the review, so check that out. So next, let's go to our Breakthrough Clean Rifle Cleaning Mat for $21.95. Now, I will admit, so let me back up a second. This box, if you are not a shooter, is probably not going to do you any good. And I'm going to acknowledge that straight out of the gate right now. I should have said that earlier when we started looking at it. I know there's a lot of guys out there, gals and llamas, who are they don't shoot. That's not their thing. They probably don't even own, firearms stuff. That's fine. It is barrel and blade though. It is, barrel is part of it. So there are going to be some boxes, that aren't going to strike your fancy. I've been watching a lot of Firefly reruns, so I kind of want to be, and playing the game the Outer Worlds. It's on Game Pass on Xbox. It's like if Firefly had a game. It's pretty awesome. So yes, this is entirely advertising for Breakthrough, which, oh my gosh, look, we got Breakthrough in the box. But having a nice cleaning mat to work on is pretty good. I have had parts roll around on me. It says pew pew pew, so I respect it right there. Real bits of Panther. Actually, it's pretty funny. If you authentic unicorn plasma, if you read the whole thing, it's funny, but gives you somewhere to lay your firearm, whatever it happens to be, nice and safe, so that you're not worried about it getting banged up or anything. You put the pieces where you can find them. It's a good item to have. I think, you might not want this particular one. It is advertising for Breakthrough, obviously. But, yeah. So, by the way, the knife goes and I like it because it is a really good knife. I like it. But, check the review. This has got to go in meh, though, because the truth is I'd rather have like one of the cool ones that has like the breakdown of the AK-47 or the AR-15. I'm intimately familiar with the M4 and the M16A2 and the M16A3 and multiple versions of the M4 and a little thing called the GAU-5, which is fancy talk for the Air Force version of the M4. So I'd rather have something that has like the breakdown of like cool weapon stuff than, if we're just going for aesthetics. But these mats are cool. I like using them. I have one with, actually, I can't remember. I got one Club Tack once that I use for other stuff. So it's good. It's good to have. I just don't like that it's all about breakthrough technologies. But the truth is, I'm not going to be looking at it that much when I'm working on it. So this might go in like a workbench or something. But it's meh. The truth is, it's meh. But it's very convenient to put this on right here, right now. So my sling is caught. There we go. If you guys remember, we got a few months ago that 1-point sling, single point sling in the box, and I told you I'm an old fuddy-duddy, and I like the 3-point sling better. I really do. It's what I've carried for years. So I'm an old guy. I'll admit it. Anyway, we're going to leave that on there so that YouTube can continue to get pissed off at me. What should we go for next? Let's go right down the thing. The Firefield Compact Bipod for $47.99. Now, Firefield, talking to Darren, who owns and runs the shop, he is a retired SWAT sniper, so he knows his stuff. He says Firefield's a good brand, not a great brand, but a good brand. I want to show you some specs here. Okay. And a diagram. And what else do we have? Adjusting pivot tension and maintenance and notes and stuff. It comes with a pick rail attachment, which is cool. But from what I understand, because I think Carolina EDC Reviews did a review on one of their bipods, which is very similar. Damn, I need a wrench, though. It doesn't have thumb screws on it. Anyway, let's put the legs down. The legs will drop down, but there's these individual adjustments that are pretty cool. So if you want to take this off, if you have a mount directly on the rifle already, so I think what we do is we unscrew this a whole lot, right? And then this can pull up and you squeeze these. Maybe I gotta unscrew a little bit more. Yeah, a little bit more. Okay, and then this can go right to your bipod attachment right there. But we are going to need this because I don't have a bipod attachment. I have rails. You've got some tension adjustments and everything. So altogether, it's a pretty decent low-cost bipod if that's what you use. I'm not a bipod shooter. So let me grab a wrench real quick. This green sticker will not stay on. Let me grab a wrench real quick so I can put it on here. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to take my sling off. I had it adjusted just where I wanted it, but hold on. Okay, so I mounted the rail adapter, and let's see how easy it is to get this guy on there. Pretty easy, actually. And we will just keep twisting until we've got it locked in. And guess what? It's locked in. Pretty good. Oops. Piece of cake, actually. And then, it extends from 6 to 9 inches. And there's your tension adjustment for how much wiggle you want to have in that. So not bad. Something I didn't have before because, I just don't use it that often. But cool. I'm tempted to say, I like it, even though it's not something I use that often. I have to remount my sling. It has, by the way, over here. It has, a mount to redo your sling and everything. I don't want to move my sling ring to over here under the bipod. I probably won't use it on this. I might use it on another project. I'm looking to build something from scratch with like an 80% lower. So, chambered in 308. So I might use it on that. Who knows? But like I said, from what I understand, quality is good. Not the best, but it'll do. It'll get the job done. So yeah, I'll put that in I like it. I'm not sure about the price because, you know, the thing is, once again, guys, I am not a bipod kind of guy. I don't do a lot of hunting. I shoot to keep my skills up in case. We'll just leave it at that. But you guys can tell me, like, what is this price? $47.99. How does that rate for a bipod like this? What do you guys think? I'd like you to tell me. So let's move right along. I'm just going to leave this sitting here. Next, we've got Breakthrough Clean Rope Kit for $21.95. Now, I get lectured all the time from Darren again. Cleaning ropes, he hates them. He, you know, so more about his history. He was an armorer. He still, you know, for the police department, in the Navy. He hates these things. And he says that they are not good. You should always use cleaning rods with you know, disposable patches and stuff. And I tend to take his word on stuff like that. These might be easy to use, but he just doesn't believe in them. So this one does have, let's see. So it's got the nice drop through weight. Looks like, are these, no, these are metal brushes, I think. You can unscrew this and replace your rope over time, and it has brass brush built into it. But he's not a fan. However, this Breakthrough stuff is pretty good. I have used it. I've used the military grade solvent. I haven't used their oil, but I have used their solvent on a couple different things, actually. It does more than just break up carbon and stuff and clean your gun. I got some of this in Battle Box once, and I've used it for various cleaning things. I've used it to break up some rust and corrosion on a blade. It worked great. I will try their oil. It's very low to no scent, which is cool. Oil has just a minimal scent there. So cool stuff to have. Now the thing is, because I am not going to use this, is the $21.95, you know, is it worth it for just these? I don't know. But I definitely will give their high purity oil a try next time everything is broken down and cleaned, just to try it out. We'll see. I like Breakthrough's products. I can't remember what Darren likes to use, to tell you the truth. He's all in on something that he uses all the time, and it's local. I think it's local here in Pennsylvania. I just cannot remember the name of it. But, you know, I got to put this in math also, because it just, you know, I got to go with my expert opinion there and say that just the old bore smash and cleaning rods are good, but these products are good too. So I don't know. I'm kind of torn on it. I am kind of torn. And now we've got one item left. Man, this thing's heavy. I don't own one of these myself. The True Glow AR-15 Armorer's Tool for $41.99. So there is an issue. So, you know, these are not all universal, is what I found out. Different companies sometimes require their own proprietary tools. Just like on cars, you know, some manufacturers make it so that you have to use their tools on the cars. I can't remember right now off the top of my head, but I don't know if it's SIG or if it's Smith & Wesson or FN. Somebody's ARs require a very different tool to work on. But if you are going to be doing modifications, like working on changing, like really changing your stock, the castle nut tool is pretty much required. The barrel nut, if you're going to change a barrel or you're building and you're going to really, I mean, you need these tools to do it. You can half-ass it or you can do the job right. So it, you know, it has the 1911 bushing, which is kind of cool that it has there. Got a powder coated finish. It's heavy steel, beverage. It's got a little hammer there for tapping things into place. I think this is a takedown, to push your takedown pins out. Yep, that's what it says on the back. Now, what this doesn't do, what you still would need, is to connect it to a torque wrench to get like just the perfect proper torque when you're doing stuff. Every single model has their own perfect torque that you need to do to make sure that that barrel is on just right, that the attachments are on just right. But this tool, if you're going to be doing your own, is kind of essential. It has a flash hider wrench right there. Oh, see, I forgot some of it is labeled. 3/8 and 1/2. That little hole does nothing, I guess. And then your A2 buffer tube extension tool right there. So this is actually pretty cool. I like it. I didn't have one before, and now I do. So, yeah, that's pretty nifty. And when I showed the AR rebuild that I did just a little bit ago, and I'll probably put that as an end screen clickable link, because that's a pretty fun video. I made use of just about every tool on this besides the 1911, but definitely the beverage. We had some beverages at the end of the day rebuilding that thing and recoding it and everything. So this is going to go, and I like it for sure. So this is kind of, this box is a little different because there's usually in barrel and blade, there's usually a little bit for everybody. This is a very, very specific box. This is, basically an AR shooter's box. I mean, the bore cleaning rope is sized for 22 or 223, and I don't want to get in that debate again, that there's actually a difference between 223 rounds and 5.56 millimeter rounds. Size is not everything. The cartridge matters when you're buying ammunition and shooting. That's why. Anyway, sorry. So, it really is geared, besides the knife, which is, for everybody, and they had to put a knife because it's barrel and blade, and it's a good knife. It really is geared towards your shooters and your AR platform shooters. It is what it is. I like the box because it's got useful stuff in it. The mat is useful. I'm not happy with what's on it, although it is kind of funny to read all the different things. But it's a useful mat. I'm not going to use the rope, but I will use the fluids to do stuff. Having one of these my own, I'm still going to need a torque wrench, and I'm probably not going to work on stuff here. I'll work on stuff in the shop, but it's cool because, it's nice to have your own tools that have all the options on it. The bipod is pretty cool. Maybe I will use it. Like I said, I've been meaning to do my own build, from scratch, not just rebuilding something, and it probably would need a bipod, and now I have one. So, useful to me. I don't know about everybody else out there, but hopefully some of you guys will enjoy it and think it's got some use. Speaking of that, what do you guys think of this box? What do you think of everything that came in it? I would love to know your opinions. I'm actually really curious to see how a lot of you guys feel, because I know a lot of people that watch my channel do shoot and are, Second Amendment exercisers, but I know a lot also aren't. I know there's a lot of folks that are, either in places where they can't, legally, a lot of overseas guys. I know there's some people that just don't. That's not their thing. They watch the channel for other stuff, so I really am curious, but you will definitely see this bipod probably on my build when I do it, and everything else is just going to be very useful. For sure, check out the link in the video description for the review on this knife, and check the end screen for the link, the little picture to click on to see the whole AR refurbishment and build, where tools like this definitely are a must and everything. We redid that beautifully, and it is living with my dad now back home in Florida. So all right, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. I mean, I like this box. It's got a couple of MAs, but some real good I like it's too. So please now add your input. And as you're doing that, remember, you are all absolutely awesome. I appreciate every single one of you, and I will be back again real soon.